Remember when Kamala didn't even make it to Iowa because nobody liked her, and she only got the VP because Biden said he wanted a black lady, nice candidate. So, all right, we can address that. We'll start with the first one, is that she didn't make it to Iowa. Okay, so she wasn't successful in her first presidential run. That has happened before. There have been numerous people who have run for president numerous times. In fact, Joe Biden ran for president 3 times. Failed the first time, dropped out early, failed the second time. Third time was a charm. And again, I don't give a fuck what any of you people think. Joe Biden will go down as one of the greatest presidents that we have ever had. And forget about me. Don't listen to me. I am saying what I truly think is going to happen, but you are going to see that presidential historians are going to look back on his presidency and say it is one of the best presidencies that we've ever had. He'll be a top 15 president for a very, very, very long time, possibly top 10. So, but let's go back to your other point here. And that she was only VP because Biden said that he wanted a black lady. So Biden did say that when he was going to appoint a vice presidential nominee, that he was going to pick a woman of color. And the reason why he did that is because he felt that it was time to do that, because for every single presidency in the history of our country, had there never been a black woman that was appointed as the vice presidential candidate. So he believed that it was time to do so. And then when he had a large amount of choices to make, he made one in Kamala Harris, who turned out to be an incredibly good choice because she's going to eventually be the president of the United States. So finally, Biden said, okay, so we already went over that one. Wasn't successful in a primary, big difference. But what are you talking about? Wasn't it successful in the primary? What, her first time? I mean, we could go over this one more time because I do want to go, and I'm sure everybody's kind of bored with this. But Brian, get your let's get this. I want to make sure I get this right. Brian, get your testosterone levels checked. By the way, I did, and they're off the charts. So even at 53 years old, I got to admit, I'm pretty fucking proud of that. You're an embarrassment to everyone who loves you. Well, I appreciate your comment, and maybe that is the case. I don't know. They haven't told me that. I feel like the people that say they love me, I don't know. I feel pretty good about my relationship with that. But if there's something that they're not telling me, then, maybe at some point we'll have that conversation, or maybe they'll just keep fooling me. I have no idea. But, back to Kamala Harris, whether or not that she was a legitimate candidate. She is a legitimate candidate. Joe Biden stepped down, did something that really a lot of people would not have done, looked at the numbers, looked at what people were telling him, and he said reluctantly, okay, I need to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to announce that I'm stepping down, and that I am going to announce who I prefer to be the nominee for president of the United States, and that is Kamala Harris. From that point on, because we still had the convention, and you're not the official nominee until the convention comes along. So from that point on, any person in this country could have said, I want to run against Kamala Harris. And guess what happened? Every single person in this country decided, you know what? We're good. Every single person that could have run, they said, we are good with Kamala Harris as our nominee. And you know what else? Here's one thing. Chases, or whatever the fuck your name is. Just because she's the Democratic nominee at this point doesn't mean that I have to vote for her. I don't have to vote for her because her name is associated with the Democrat. I could still vote for whoever I want. So if I hated her that badly, I could have said, nope, I'm sitting home. I'm not voting for her. But as you can see with my t-shirt, I am extremely excited to vote for her. So is a ton of Americans. And your stupid ass is going to find that out in November that she was the right choice, and she's going to beat down the fucking douchebag that you bow down to like a loser. So get yourself prepared and, put on your little militia costumes because November's coming. And so is the end of MAGA, and so is the end of Donald Trump. And, that's all I got to say about that.